matchup between the visiting St. Louis Park Orioles and the defending Metro West Conference champions, your very own Chaska High School Hawks. This game is being played according to the rules of the Minnesota State High School League. These rules provide for fair competition amongst players. Spectators can help promote good sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Remember, everyone is responsible for keeping this game at a high level of good sportsmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please rise as you are able and face the south wall for tonight's national anthem as played by the Chaska High School Band and directed by Mr. Tim Beckler. That signed up this summer to shoot between 5,000 and 10,000 shots to improve their game. Their dedication and commitment is appreciated and admirable. We ask these future Chaska Hawks to come forward as we announce their names. The following players have received a certificate in honor of shooting 5,000 shots this summer. Please come forward as we announce your name to receive your certificate. The 5,000 Shot Club is Mason Harris. Ladies and gentlemen, the following Chaska players received a 10,000 Shot Club t-shirt for taking over 10,000 shots this summer. Please welcome them to center court to receive your certificate. Elijah Colbert, Matt Harris, Grant Jones, Wyatt Mendor, Keon Taylor, Nolan Tennant, Noah Tornquist, 6'0", a senior, number 3, Karen Wall. At 6'2", a junior, number 10, Dawson Reed. At 5'8" for your Hawks, a senior, number 11, Matthew Coleman. At 6'9", a senior, number 23, Brady Nicholson. And for the Hawks at 6'4", a senior, number 24, Jacoby Lyles. The St. Louis Park Orioles head coach is Dave Renbuker. He's assisted by Robert Griffin and Wayne Lott. The head coach for your Hawks is Dana Coleman. He's assisted by Andrew Martinson, Jake Zerr, Nick Hayes, Zach Williams, and Greg Stevens.
Ready?
Now, we welcome you inside Chaska High School. Friday night hoops as the visiting St. Louis Park Orioles come into the Chaska High School gym to take on the Hawks. Along with Brett Johnson, you'll get to hear from the man behind the curtain tonight. He's also on color commentary in addition to doing everything else that he does every other night. We welcome in Mr. Johnson. Hi, Brett.
Hey, good to be with you. Yeah, this is one of those nights where I brought 3 headsets thinking that we were going to have a 3-man booth, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out, so I figured, got the extra one, let's throw the headset on.
Excellent idea indeed as the Hawks control the opening tip. Nicholson able to get it off on the near wing. Lyles will rip it back around as Nicholson will take the corner 3. That rattles off, and the rebound for Blake Anderson of the Orioles. Anderson now with it at the top of the circle back in the offensive end as they work it on the far wing as well for Will Dvorak. On the near wing, the shot by Anderson for 3 drops, and the Orioles have an early 3-0 lead. Starting lineups tonight for the Orioles: Brady Walsh, Will Dvorak, Stefano Gianotelli, Blake Anderson, who we just saw hit the 3 as Nicholson hits the 3 at the other end.
It's a great sign for Chaska. If Brady Nicholson gets hot behind the 3-point line, Hawks can be just about unstoppable offensively when you consider Nicholson's 6'9".
Absolutely, and Evan Doneski rounds out the starting 5 for the St. Louis Park Orioles this evening. As for the Hawks, it'll be Cameron Wall, Matthew Coleman, Brady Nicholson, Jacoby Lyles says nearly that one stolen away, able to recover it in the backcourt is Coleman. 3 on the far wing goes down for Dawson Reef, the 5th starter, and the Hawks have a 6-3 lead. A battle of 3-pointers thus far, 3 made in the game. 2 by the Hawks, 1 by the Orioles, and we'll get an offensive foul against St. Louis Park. Foul will go on Blake Anderson. That's his first team foul. 6-3 Chaska, 16-18 to go and counting now in the opening half. Hawks work it back into the front court. Lyles with it at the top of the key. Some contact in the lane, no call. They try to get it down toward Nicholson, but it's stolen by the Orioles. And back into the front court with it is Giovanelli as he drops it off at the top of the circle. I apologize for that. As Walsh kicks it off from the free throw line. Trying to work his way down on the baseline is Doneski as he drops it back out for Giovanelli. Chaska season record, not what they were hoping for at this point. Played a lot of close games. Just not a lot of them have gone the way of the Hawks this season. Backing things down in the lane and getting the layup off glass is Anderson. So he has all 5 for the Orioles so far. It's 6-5. Hawks back in the front court with it. Reef works it back for Nicholson. Works around for Lyles on the far wing. Lyles taking it back as he'll leave it for Reef. Reef working his way into the lane as he kicks it off for Wall. Lyles back into the corner. Lyles now working his way into the lane as he'll kick it back out once again. Lob pass near side, able to be saved nicely by the Hawks. Nicholson will take the straight on three, too strong, and the ball will stay in play. Lyles drops it off on the baseline. It's kicked out for three, and that's short. And the rebound this time comes up by Will Dvorak. Good ball movement there, Brett, but just unable to finish the shot, as then the three at the other end from Anderson is short of the offensive rebound for Dvorak. Dvorak goes offhand into the lane, doesn't get the layup to go. Back come the Hawks into the front court with it. Rafe on the far side, he'll drive the baseline, he'll lob it back into the corner. It's Coleman, will again send it for Lyles, who will take the three from the corner, and he got it. Jacoby Lyles hits the three. Hawks have 3 threes from 3 different players, and they lead 9-5.
Yeah, and when we get a stoppage, we'll take a look at that replay. Coleman with just a great pass through a lot of traffic to get it to that corner to Lyles.
Really good hustle, really good ball movement so far as the layup goes down for Giovanelli. That's his first bucket of the game. It's 9-7. Nicholson leaves it for Lyles. Cross-court pass as Reef drives the baseline, blocked underneath. Orioles have the ball go off of Dvorak, and it'll stay with the Orioles. I think certainly a case could have been made that should have been Chaska basketball, but the officials say the guys in purple touched it last.
It'll look at it here. Look at that tremendous pass by Coleman right across to Lyles to hit that three. All 9 of Chaska points coming away from three-point land.
Deontay Ross checks in for the first time for the Orioles as Ross will leave off for Giovanelli. Anderson held outside on the baseline. Now at the free throw line is kicked back out by Doneski. Ross working his way in. He'll leave it back out as Anderson will square up for three, and he got it. So Anderson has his second three. He has 6 points, or 8 points, excuse me, and the Orioles take the lead at 10-9.
I already like that 2 of the 3-pointers made in this game have been made by Chaska's Brady Nicholson, 6'9". Then Blake Anderson for St. Louis Park, 6'6". Big men can shoot in this game.
Absolutely. As you know, the game of basketball has evolved into the way it is now that it doesn't matter what your build is or what you look like. Well, you look expected to be able to hit from distance, and seen in this game, 2 big men were able to do just that. Orioles with it back in the front court as Anderson gives back off for Ross. Thinking about the three with Doneski. He'll just give back to Ross. Kick back on the far wing. Working it back for Doneski. Doneski working his way into the lane. Contact, but no call, and the steal as it's rushed back in transition on the fast break, and the finish for Matthew Coleman, and the Hawks go back in front at 11-10. Nearly another turnover at the other end. A foul will send Doneski to the line.
Yeah, going back to that play from Coleman just a second ago, showing some good body control, getting through some contact to get that hoop. It was essentially a 1-on-2, but he was able to keep his body under control, bank it off the glass, and put the Hawks back in front.
Foul will go on Nicholson. That's his first. That's the first team foul on the Hawks. Doneski at the line to shoot a pair as the first one gets the friendly roll, ties the game at 11.
By the way, want to let you know, coming up at halftime, we have a special presentation of video that Ryan Paul, the founder of the Chaska Hawks Network, made in honor of Eric Krausher, his last day working at a couple of the local newspapers. He's been reporting on Chaska and Chan sports for, I believe, over 15 years, and wish him all the best. He's, of course, been on some of the CHBN broadcasts, and today is his last day working for the papers.
We'll look forward to that video at halftime. Doneski hit both free throws to put St. Louis Park back in front. Hawks able to break the full court press. They got it back into the front court. It's Coleman. It'll be worked back onto the wing for three, and that goes down. Cameron Wall hits the three, and the Hawks go up by 2 at 14-12. Ross on the near wing for Anderson. Anderson will just settle up for the three, and that's short. Back into the front court quickly is Coleman, as Coleman will get it on the far wing for the three attempt that hits the side of the backboard. But the Hawks able to retain the offensive rebound. Bourne with it. Bourne gets it into the far corner. Nicholson underneath is fouled. Second team foul will go on the Orioles with 11:09 to go in the first half. It's 14-12 Chaska. Evan Doneski picks up the foul. That's his first.
See on the screen right now, quite a tremendous turnout here at Chaska High School with members of the community and I believe some youth cheerleaders out here. So look at that.
The inbound to Nicholson. He's able to get it and one. He'll go to the line. Great play coming out of the inbounds. It'll be the second foul on Doneski.
Yeah, St. Louis Park was a little late getting to Brady Nicholson, gave him just a little bit of room. By the time they closed on him, they committed that foul and gave him that chance at the three-point play.
Nicholson doesn't get the free throw. 16-12, Chaska with the lead. We approach the 7-minute mark of the first half. 16-12, Chaska with the lead. It's a three on the far wing for Anderson off the mark with the offensive rebound. Dvorak able to work it back up toward the point where the Orioles will reset with it as Ross driving. He'll kick it back out as it's tipped, and we get a foul underneath in the lane. Looks like it will go against the Orioles. Foul will go on Brady Walsh. That's his first, fourth team foul on the Orioles. So the Hawks will take over the basketball with 10:42 to go in the opening half, leading at 16-12. Expect another tight competitive game tonight. The Hawks able to squeak out a close victory over Orono last time out. Nicholson driving the baseline, got it and one. Nicholson showing his emotion to his teammates as he is able to get the layup down. He'll go back to the line to try to finish another three-point play.
Yeah, it looked like Nicholson originally was going to set the screen, then came off of it and made a nice play inside. He's already got 8 points by my count, so.
Foul was on Henry Odens. That was his first as Nicholson hits the free throw. Largest lead of the game continues to build for the Hawks, 19-12. Ross with it at the top of the circle, kicks it off on the far wing. Orioles are looking to set up the screen, but haven't been able to get it set up so far. Dvorak works it back for Anderson. Dvorak, the leading scorer, with a little bit over 12 for this Orioles team. As the Orioles will just bounce that one off of Nicholson out of bounds to try to reset themselves a little bit. Dvorak looking to inbound. Trevor Peel checks in for St. Louis Park. Lob pass gets into Walsh. Walsh backing his way into the lane. Short range jumper is off the mark. But there to follow up is Peel just into the game. 19-14, the Hawks with the lead. It's Coleman driving into the lane between two Oriole defenders and a foul. Already 6 team fouls now on St. Louis Park. It seems like they picked up quite a bunch in a hurry.
No kidding, 6 already. Yeah, so the next foul they commit, obviously, Chaska is going to be in the bonus, so that's not a situation you want to be in for St. Louis Park. Already down by 5 points, and you're not even through the first half, and you're almost putting your opponent in the bonus.
Inbound to Reef. And we have a foul underneath. Looks like it will go on St. Louis Park. So the Orioles already getting themselves into some pretty deep foul trouble. Second foul on Henry Odens. And going to the line is Trey Lenzen to shoot a 1-and-1. First one is too strong, but the offensive rebound for the Hawks. Coleman will set up for the three. That's too strong as well. Ball kicking around underneath the basket, and I think it went out of bounds off of the Hawks. So it will be Oriole basketball. 9:29 to go in the opening half. 19-14, the Hawks ahead, but the Hawks already in the bonus. Hawks with just one team foul thus far. Dvorak driving into the lane. The layup is blocked. Hawks trying to work it on the fast break. Wiles will set up from the corner for three, and he got it. Second three of the game for Jacoby Wiles. It's 22-14 Chaska. Giovanelli leaves it at the top for Ross, who drives in, gets the layup. Deontay Ross with the layup. 22-16 Chaska leading as we're just past the halfway mark of the opening half. Wiles on the far wing, thought about the three again. Gets it off for Reef. Reef will take the short range jumper, and that's off the mark. Rebound for Brady Walsh. Walsh gives off for Ross. Ross driving again, layup doesn't go, but he's fouled, and will go to the line to shoot a pair. Foul will go on Trey Lenzen. That's his first, just the second team foul. Well, the Hawks still in good shape foul-wise with 8:25 to go in the opening half. Ross gets the first one to rattle down. As you said, Brett will be honoring Eric Krausher at halftime. We're looking forward to that with that video as Ross misses the second free throw. Hawks work it back into the front court. Wiles underneath, trying to get it back to Nicholson. It was deflected, and the steal going back the other way is Dineski, and he'll finish. Good job by Dineski to steal the pass between the two big men, and he gets the finish back at the other end.
Yeah, a good job by him to poke that ball ahead. It looked like it was going to be loose for a second, and Chaska might be able to steal it back, but good heads-up play to keep that fast break alive.
Nicholson spins in, lefty hook goes. Into the front court for St. Louis Park is Keegan Hartford. Hartford with it as he works it on the near wing. 5-point lead for the Hawks with 7:35 to go in the first half. Dineski, good perimeter defense by the Hawks. Ross, bounce pass on the near side for Hartford. Trying to work his way into the lane with Giovanelli. He was forced to back out. Ross trying to drive the lane, lost it, had it stripped away again after he got it back. It'll stay with St. Louis Park. Hopefully with the Hawks getting that close victory, they've struggled in a lot of these close games this year. Hopefully that inspires a turnaround in their fortunes in some of these close games. The steal by Wiles, and back the other way is Wall to get the finish.
Well, I think beating Orono on earlier this week certainly helped them out on Monday, getting that win over a good Orono Spartans team that came in well above 500. So it takes a little winning streak to get your season going in the right direction. As I were alluding to, that record Chaska has is very deceiving with a lot of close losses.
Giovanelli tried the circus layup at the other end. He couldn't get it to go with the Hawks are back in the front court with it. That was a really cool layup. He just couldn't get it to go. With a steal now by Hartford. Hartford will slow things down on the front court, goes cross court for Ross. Hartford works it in the far corner for Giovanelli. 26-19, the Hawks leading, 6:20 to go in the first half. Hartford thought about the three. He'll leave it off for Giovanelli. Giovanelli now driving inside as he got tied up under the basket. And the foul will go. Offensive foul will go on the Orioles. Foul will go on Giovanelli. That's his first, and a timeout will be taken. 26-19, the Hawks with the lead. All right, what are your thoughts thus far? We've I've seen a lot of good athleticism, a lot of really good hustle out of both of these teams. The Hawks have been shooting a little bit better from three, which is the difference in the game right now.
Yeah, the three-point shooting is helping, but I like the ball movement that the Hawks have had on offense. Just doing a good job cycling it around, and defensively they've been hustling. A lot of good hustle I've seen from the Hawks tonight, too. So I think Dana Coleman's got to be very happy with the way his team has been playing tonight as they try to get that record inching up. I think Chaska is one of those teams that, if they get hot at the end of the year, could really cause some problems in Class 4A Section 2, which, of course, is a very difficult section. But, again, as we pointed out, they're better than their record shows. And if this Chaska Hawks team can find some other scoring options outside of Lyles and Brady Nicholson, or if they get some other players hot, I mean, this is a team that could really make things interesting come March.
We know that they deliberately scheduled the tough opponents. They played a lot of the top teams in the state in non-conference play, so they're ready for a run. As we said, the record not what this team really is.
And sometimes, at least what I've seen at the end of close games from Chaska, is occasionally they do get a little one-dimensional and run their whole offense through Brady Nicholson, and they did a better job against Orono, making sure other players get involved. But, of course, if Brady Nicholson's going to do that, why not keep feeding him the ball?
Nicholson off glass, 28-19. The Hawks with the lead with 5:35 to go in the first half. Walsh will settle for the long three. That's off the mark, and the rebound for Nicholson. Nicholson on the edge of the paint will kick it back out to Wall for the straight on three, and he got it. Hawks with their largest lead at 12 with 5:10 to go in the first half.
You and I aren't keeping official stats, but that's got to be, at least their fifth, possibly sixth three-pointer of the half?
Certainly seems like all the threes, they've had a three from a different player each time, so they're all hitting from range of that jump hook short. And the Hawks back into the front court with it. Wall will take the three from the far wing this time. Nicholson has the offensive rebound, and the lefty layup goes down. 33-19, the Hawks looking good here in the first half, now with a 14-point lead. Anderson working it off on the far wing. Doneski sets up Anderson as Anderson will get it into the paint. Blocked as Walsh tried to take the shot. A great block underneath, and the Hawks will take it back into the front court. Nicholson sets up the long three, too strong.
As you said, that was a great block against a player that was certainly taller than him, but good job to time that jump. A good vertical going to come up and get that block.
Nice pass underneath and able to get the finish is Giovanelli. I think that's kind of more of what St. Louis Park needs to do. They kind of need to get guys moving, get the Hawk defenders moving, get their guys moving in as well to try to open up some lanes to the basket. Cross-court pass says Wall for three, no. And the putback, though, for Reef.
Yeah, I was going to say, to continue your point, Patrick, yeah, it looks like Chaska's certainly going to win the battle on the glass and the battle inside, too. So, as you said, maybe they can try to find some players cutting through to get open, take advantage of speed and quickness. That might be their recipe for success if you're the St. Louis Park Orioles.
Spinning through the lane there and unable to get the basket to go with Dvorak. Lyles underneath can't get it to go. And the rebound eventually corralled by Walsh. We come down to 3 minutes to go in the first half. Hawks have looked great so far. They're up 14, 35-21. Walsh thinking about the three again with Doneski as he works into the lane. He's met by Lyles, loses the ball, and the steal for Reef. Back into the front court come the Hawks with it. Just 2 team fouls and then nearly stolen. A great job by Walsh to anticipate the pass, but couldn't keep it in bounds.
Interesting to see here what Chaska does offensively. With 2:42, they've got themselves a 14-point lead. Do they slow this down to try to prevent the Orioles from making a run at the end of the half, or do they keep going with that aggressive offense. I'm guessing they're going to be doing that and staying aggressive.
Lob pass underneath Nicholson. Though he got tied up in the cylinder, and the Orioles will be able to take the ball back into the front court as the three goes down for Giovanelli, and a quick timeout. 35-24, the Hawks with the lead.
Yeah, I think Dana Coleman might have been anticipating St. Louis Park could be ready to go on a run after hitting that three, so I like the idea of calling the timeout right there, making sure your team stays focused for the last 2 minutes of this half, and at the very least try to maintain that double-digit lead going into halftime.
Well, certainly, I think what you were saying was, no, don't let St. Louis Park feel good about themselves going into the locker room at the half, because we have seen some late leads slip away from the Hawks as well, notably against Chanhassen, one of those that led by 12 in the second half. But the Storm just kind of chipped away, eventually won that game, I think, by 7 or 8 points, if I recall. Now, certainly, I think that's one thing Chaska thinking about is don't let a team feel good about themselves going into halftime.
Yeah, and keep running your offense, keep that good ball movement going. As we talked about that Chanhassen game, that was one of those games where the ball movement was kind of lacking towards the end of that game for the Chaska Hawks.
Nicholson works into the paint, can't get the layup to go, does get his own rebound, and then has it knocked out, and the ball will be off Nicholson last. Well, St. Louis Park does have a chance to trim this lead a little bit with 2:06 to go before halftime, down by 11 at 35-24. Dvorak will slowly work the ball up into the front court. Giovanelli leaves off for Walsh. Dvorak, who's been quiet in the first half. Ross on the layup, he's got it. 35-26, the Hawks leading. 1:45 to go in the half. As Wall is fouled back at the other end, as crashing into him was Dvorak, so that'll send Wall to the line for a 1-and-1.
It's one way to get some points, too. Just remember that, of course, the Hawks are in the bonus right now, so why not you bust that ball inside, see if you can draw some fouls against St. Louis Park. They succeeded there and have a chance to go back up by double digits.
Second foul on Dvorak, 9th team foul. As Wall doesn't get the first one, so the Orioles will carry it back into the front court with Ross. Dvorak, Ross at the top of the circle with it. Giovanelli, who has hit a three in the opening half, drove in, kicked it back out. Now Giovanelli back on the near side with it. Spinning his way along the baseline, fadeaway jumper off the mark. Wall back into the front court with it, able to wait out Ross and finish with the layup. Ross crossed in front of him, and Reef just cut behind him and was able to finish. 37-26 with a minute to go in the opening half. Giovanelli in the lane, couldn't get it to go over Nicholson. And that's just using your size. He made Giovanelli have to take a tough shot even at close range, and he couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, Giovanelli's been giving the Hawks a little bit of trouble, but on these past 2 possessions, they've been able to force him into 2 very tough shots. The first time on that fadeaway, and then the second time against the much bigger Brady Nicholson. You'll take that if you're Chaska, forcing Giovanelli into those low percentage chances.
35 seconds to go in the half. We'll see if the Hawks hold for the last shot. As Reef with it. Reef works it back for Wall. Down to 15 seconds, and it looks like the Hawks will indeed hold for that last opportunity.
I think a good decision here, already up by 11 points. Don't risk having that lead go down to single digits.
Coleman kicks it into the corner. The three from Reef is off the back iron and no good as the first half comes to an end. So the Hawks get off to a fast start and they lead by 11 as we head into halftime. Remember, we'll have our video honoring our friend from the local press, Eric Krausher, the Chaska Herald sports editor. So stay tuned for that at halftime. Here at the half, it's the Hawks 37, the Orioles 26. You're watching CHBN coverage of Chaska boys basketball. Don't go anywhere during halftime. Our tribute to Eric will be coming right up.
Hey Eric, it's Ryan. I just wanted to say thanks so much on behalf of the entire Southwest Metro athletics community and beyond for the last 10 plus years of support and service that you've provided us. The amount of moments, memories that you've been able to help us capture is unmatched, and we are forever thankful. The support and friendship that you've provided me over the last several years that we've been working together is something that I'll cherish forever. Hope you always feel like you're a part of our community, and we know you'll do great in whatever your next endeavor is. No, there's a couple more people who want to wish you well and say thanks, so hope you'll enjoy these next few minutes of messages from some of your closest supporters and our dearest friends here in the community. Thanks, Eric.
Hi, Eric. It's Coach Seifert with Chaska Girls Basketball. We know you're stepping down from sports reporting, but we just want to make sure that our girls basketball program tells you thank you for all you've done for us. I've always been amazed how well you've covered all the athletes and sports in the Southwest Metro. But I really appreciate all the highlights, feature stories, photography, all the time you put into covering our program. You're going to be hard to replace, but we just want to make sure that you know how appreciated you are and wish you the best going forward.
We appreciate the time and energy that you put into following our football team and everything else in this community. The work that you put in is impressive, and the time, it's very much appreciated. Your coverage has been second to none. We will miss you and wish you the best moving forward.
Hey Eric, Dana Coleman here. Just wanted to say thank you for everything that you've done for Chaska basketball throughout the years. I know you put a lot of time and effort into your job, and we really appreciate the support. I know you've covered a lot of our guys, a lot of our games, a lot of our teams, and supported a lot of us. I hope that whatever you're deciding to do in your future endeavors, I hope you have a lot of success. We're definitely going to miss you at the Chaska Herald, covering our basketball games.
I'll start with the work you have done covering Chaska volleyball. I have been amazed at the depth of coverage you provided for our athletes. Not only have you been great for the Hawks, but you've also reached out on occasion regarding Chaska juniors. That is amazing. Now add in all the other teams, not only at Chaska, but also for all the other schools that you cover. I can't believe there's enough hours in the day. We will miss your smile. We will miss your friendship. Here's to your continued success. Best of luck.
Hey Eric, I thought it would be appropriate if I filmed this from a space that you and I spent a lot of time together at, and I know you've spent a lot of time even before I came here, but again, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for all that you've done for our students, our coaches, our teams, and our community here at Chaska High School. We're going to miss you immensely, and again, can't thank you enough. I'm so fortunate in this journey of my own to meet such amazing people like yourself. I appreciate all your support and wish you and your family nothing but the best. Thanks again, Eric. Storehawks.
Eric, congratulations on the new role, man. Just want to say thank you for everything over the past decade that I've been working with you. Grateful for your friendship and all the work that you did to support all the communities. So wishing you all the best. Thanks again, man.
On behalf of Minnetonka High School and the Lake Conference, Eric, I want to congratulate you on your retirement. I want to thank you for your years of service to the South and the West Metro high school sports scene. You were the go-to guy. If anything was happening, you had it covered, you had a beat on it. You did everything with class, with dignity, with respect. Your connection to high school sports is second to none. Me personally, I'm going to miss you. I want to thank you for all that you've done for high school athletes and for this community and the sports community here in the South and the West Metro. Congratulations, Eric. You will be missed.
I was able to work with you for 10 years as the Chaska Chanhassen swim coach, and then I've watched you write countless articles about Chaska basketball over the years. I know that I've told you this, but I want to make sure I say it again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Not only did you put kids' pictures and print in the newspaper, you lifted them up and you encouraged kids in so many ways and on so many different levels. I know your future is going to be awesome, and I can't wait to watch that unfold. Congratulations and thanks again.
And you've really done a great job of just going above and beyond what the traditional box scores say, really delving into each student athlete's story. And I know as a coach, we really appreciate the promotion that you're able to provide these students and all the extra work you put in. So we're gonna miss you, and we wish you the best in your future endeavors.
Eric, I just wanted you to know what a privilege it has been to be part of your realm for the last 10 years. Testimony to your excellence is that I don't remember who was there before you. You're a great storyteller. The way in which you not only told the story of the game but involved the kids, that was so important to our communities. Thank you, Eric. I wish you the best of luck. Congratulations on your decision, and I know you're going to do a great job for your family. Good luck, Eric.
Hi, Eric. This is Bob Repke. I just wanted to take a second and thank you for all you've done in your role with the Chaska Herald, covering Chaska sports and activities. You've done an outstanding job, and it's made a difference, and you've left and made an impact and an imprint on our community. Thanks for all of that, and all the best to you and as you move forward on to the next stage of your life. But thanks again, and hopefully our paths will cross in the future.
Eric, it's Andrea here. I've worked so many sideline games with you over the years. And in fact, Chaska football, it's been 10 years. Thank you so much for your hard work and dedication to the community. It's really appreciated. And good luck on your next endeavor.
We are very honored to have you, cover the hockey team and, all sports at Chaska High School during our time there. Just wanted to wish you the best in retirement. You're one of the best in the business.
I want to give you a big thank you for everything you have done for the Southwest Metro Athletics and especially for Chaska High School. From seeing you at every sporting event to being able to work with you on CHBN, I had a great time with you and wish you the best of luck for your future.
I just want to say thanks for everything you've done for Chaska Athletics. I always felt so honored whenever you recognized me both in high school and as a volleyball player in college. And yeah, I just want to say thanks for everything you've done and best of luck to you in your future.
Just want to say thank you from all of us in the community for everything you've done over the years. The dedication and passion you showed was always extremely evident and thoroughly appreciated by every single player, coach, fan, and parent in the area.
Thank you so much for everything you've done for me and my broadcasting and just guiding me through that process. Your work has not gone unnoticed. Everyone appreciates you and what you did. You did a fantastic job. You got some hard shoes to fill.
Just want to say thank you for the time, effort that you have done not only for me and my family over the past 12 years here in Eastern Carver County, but also for all the student athletes in the community around the area. We're going to miss you. Best of luck going forward in your career.
Thank you for everything you've done for the Chaska and Chanhassen community. I always enjoyed my time, chatting with you and reading your stuff, and it was fun kind of, calling some games with you as well. Everyone's going to really miss seeing you around. Good luck in your future endeavors.
Eric, Coach Jepson here. I just wanted to congratulate you and thank you for all the effort and hard work you've put in supporting our student athletes, especially here at Chaska High School, and all the sports that you've covered. So I just want to thank you again and good luck in the next journey.
Just want to congratulate you on your new endeavor and thank you for everything you've done for our community. You were outstanding covering our high school sports and loved your coverage of amateur baseball. So you will be missed. Good luck in your next endeavor, and please come around and watch games here in Chaska. Soar Hawks.
Good evening to all of you watching tonight. I'm Kristen Nicholson, Realtor with Edina Realty and proud sponsor of Chaska Hawks basketball. I've had the privilege of living and working in this community for the past 20 years, as well as watching both of my boys, Cole and Brady, grow up as Chaska Hawks basketball players. Working in Chaska and the surrounding communities has given me the opportunity to open new doors for many new homeowners. Opening new doors just isn't about the process of buying and selling real estate. It's truly understanding the individual needs of each and every client and working to not only meet those expectations, but exceed them. From start to finish, I believe in providing a positive experience that puts you as the priority. I'm excited to announce the addition of the Arizona market to my portfolio of client services. I have partnered with the Ray Group and Berkshire Hathaway of North Scottsdale to bring you a smooth transition from one market to the next. Are you ready for that new view? Contact me today to start searching for your dream home in sunny Scottsdale. Thank you for supporting Chaska basketball. From my home to yours, enjoy the game.
You back inside the Chaska High School gym. 11-point lead for the Hawks coming out of the half as the missed shot on the rebound for Nicholson. 17:44 to go in the second half. Hawks getting good three-point shooting in that first half as we'll have a foul on the Orioles underneath. And the Orioles struggled with foul trouble in that first half. They got themselves into the bonus over halfway through that opening half and already picked up a foul on their opening defensive possession of the second half as the three off the mark, and the rebound tipped around, eventually corralled and carried up court by Will Dvorak. Dvorak, who had been quiet for the Orioles in that first half, didn't score a basket in that first half despite coming in as the leading scorer, is driving into the lane as Anderson doesn't get the basket, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line.
By the way, if you missed it at halftime, I encourage you to go back and check out that tribute to Eric Krausher of the Chaska Herald, Chanhassen Villager. Today is his last day working at those two newspapers, and he's done a great job at covering sports here in the Southwest Metro, been on many of these broadcasts, and I remember back in my days at Eden Prairie, had a couple of local sports editors. Dan Huss was one, and these guys are really what make high school sports and bring stories to the community about some of these players, and Eric Krausher, no exception to that, so he'll definitely be missed in the area.
Absolutely as well. Definitely want to check out that heartfelt tribute as Anderson hits both free throws. 37-28, the Hawks with the lead. 17-12 to go in the second half. Steal underneath as Wall was trying to get it for Lyles, and back into the front court with it is Walsh. Anderson in the far corner. Floater from the lane is no good, and the rebound for Lyles. That's one of the things we talked about, Brad, is we don't want to let the Orioles get on a run, because we've seen too many times the Hawks let these second half leads kind of slip away a little bit as Lyles from the corner for three, and he got it. Lyles hits his third three of the game.
That's his third three from the corner as well. If he gets to that corner area, you better be having two bodies on him if you're St. Louis Park, because he has certainly been burning them when he gets to that corner area.
Anderson works his way into the lane, spinning jump shot, no good. Offensive rebound underneath, able to get the bucket and one is Doneski. So he'll go to the line to try to add one more. Foul on Nicholson, that's his second. No, but it's little plays like that. I know it doesn't flip the game around in one possession, but no, you kind of let the Orioles start to feel good about themselves that, they can get themselves back into this game. Down by 10 right now. Reif on the drive, able to finish. Hawks back up by 12 at 42-30. Anderson. Walsh working his way into the lane. Lost the basketball, was able to get it back. Worked back for Dvorak. Good interior defense from the Hawks. Keeping everything on the edge thus far. Lob pass inside, and the steal by Lyles as unable to save the ball out of bounds with Dvorak. Back at the other end, Nicholson has it dropped back to him. Doesn't get the first shot to go. He's fouled as he gets his own rebound.
Yeah, there's just no way that Blake Anderson was going to be able to stop Brady Nicholson there. Nicholson does have 3 inches on him, but Nicholson's also a big, strong kid, and once you get him down there on the glass, very tough to get the ball away from him.
Second foul on Anderson, so Nicholson will be at the line to shoot a pair. And he drains the first one. Speaking of Brady Nicholson, just want to let you know, cover tonight sponsored by Kristen Nicholson with Edina Realty. Nicholson hits the second free throw. It's a 14-point lead for the Hawks at 44-30. Orioles finding themselves down by 14 tonight as that shot no good, and the rebound caroms all the way out for Nicholson. Orioles came in tonight at 7-7, coming off a tough loss to Chanhassen as the 3 for Nicholson puts the Hawks up by 17 with 15 minutes to play.
I like that he really stepped into that shot too, so he was carrying his momentum with him to make that 3.
Orioles will be back home Monday night. They'll take on Bloomington Jefferson at the St. Louis Park High School. Certainly a little bit of a muddy mix in the Metro West as that 3 off the mark. But we still have quite a few games to play. There's a lot of moving parts that could definitely change between now and the end of the regular season before we head into sectionals. Chaska will be at Waconia Monday night. Next home game a week from tonight against Robbinsdale Cooper. As the foul, as working the baseline, was Daneski. He'll go to the line. Foul is on Cameron Wall. That's his first, 3rd team foul. As Daneski gets the second one to roll around and down as well. He hits both. 47-32, the Hawks with the lead. 14:30 left to play in regulation. Lyles working his way back into that corner that Brad was talking about, and then he kicks it back out as Wall for 3 off the mark. And the rebound for Trevor Peel. Gives off to Ross as the second wave already checking in here for the Orioles in the second half as Ross works it into the corner. Wall guarding as it's kicked back to the free throw line is Dvorak. Back to Ross over on the near wing. Again, that good perimeter defense just forcing the Orioles to have to just keep playing it around the arc. Ross will just reset and call a different play. Ross met a couple of purple jerseys and forced to kick it back out. Now Ross gets to the free throw line, leaves it off behind him for Dvorak. Ross driving into the lane, layup doesn't go, but he's fouled.
Fortunate part there for St. Louis Park is that they used a lot of clock to get to the free throw line, and look at it now, 13:25 left, down by 15 points. So they're going to create an offensive opportunity. Just took a lot of time to do it.
Wall picks up his second foul. Ross's first free throw is no good. Joey Bourne will check back into the game for the Hawks. He does hit 1 of 2. It's a 14-point game, a 14-point game at 47-33. My math brain kind of farted out a little bit there. Nicholson, as Ross falls down to a couple of Orioles players end up tripling over each other, and Nicholson hits the 3. 50-33, Hawks with the lead.
Double ankle breakers right there. How about that? We got to look at that again. We've got some oohs and ahs from the student section, so I'm sure they got a kick out of that. Let's take a look at again the moves from, well, the way I described it was a lot cooler than it actually turned out. It was one St. Louis Park guy tripping over another.
Yeah, but 5-on-3 typically works in your favor, but Nicholson did make the 3 there as Bourne picked up the foul a moment ago, and now we'll have another foul on the Hawks. It'll be Bourne who picks up another foul moments later. So now he has 2, and now the Hawks with 6 team fouls. So they're kind of in that position that the Orioles were in the first half. 12:57 to go, and the Orioles will be in the bonus the rest of the way.
Apparently whoever's moving from left to right is going to get into foul trouble, as you said. Hawks going to potentially put the Orioles in the bonus, and we're not even halfway through the second half. Got to be careful here for the next 3 or 4 minutes. I think if you're the Hawks, if you can at least avoid putting them in the bonus before maybe the 8-minute mark, that'll be helpful for them, because you don't want to allow St. Louis Park to try to get back in the game without the clock moving, and that's certainly what free throws can do.
50-35, the Hawks with the lead with a little under 13 minutes left to play in regulation. Nicholson backing his way toward the paint and a steal. Orioles quickly carry it up court with Doneski. Doneski gives off for Ross. Now Doneski will take the three, and that rolls off. Rebound for Joey Bourne. Orioles generated the open shot but couldn't knock it down as Reef, driving the baseline, kicks it back into the far corner. Working back for Coleman, that shot off the mark. Dvorak carries it into the front court, and I think if the Orioles are going to get back into the game, Dvorak needs to do something like that, as I was going to say. Hadn't appeared much on the score sheet, and finally there he's able to get the bucket as St. Louis Park's leading scorer able to trim the deficit to 13. Timeout on the court. We'll take one as well and be right back.
Good evening to all of you watching tonight. I'm Kristen Nicholson, Realtor with Edina Realty and proud sponsor of Chaska Hawks basketball. I've had the privilege of living and working in this community for the past 20 years, as well as watching both of my boys, Cole and Brady, grow up as Chaska Hawks basketball players. Working in Chaska and the surrounding communities has given me the opportunity to open new doors for many new homeowners. Opening new doors just isn't about the process of buying and selling real estate. It's truly understanding the individual needs of each and every client and working to not only meet those expectations, but exceed them. From start to finish, I believe in providing a positive experience that puts you as the priority. I'm excited to announce the addition of the Arizona market to my portfolio of client services. I have partnered with the Ray Group and Berkshire Hathaway of North Scottsdale to bring you a smooth transition from one market to the next. Are you ready for that new view? Contact me today to start searching for your dream home in sunny Scottsdale. Thank you for supporting Chaska basketball. From my home to yours, enjoy the game.
We welcome you back to Chaska High School. 50-37, the Hawks leading here on CHBN. 12:09 to go in regulation. Hawks have led by as many as 17. Nicholson with it at the top of the key. Now Coleman leaving it off for Reef as Reef will work it back for Coleman. Nicholson working the baseline. A bad pass will go out of bounds over to the Orioles. Hawks with 16 fouls, so the next foul sends the Orioles to the free throw line the rest of the way. Dvorak gives off for Ross. Ross trying to spin his way into the lane as a steal. Back up court is Reef. Reef trying to finish with the layup. He's fouled before the shot. Foul is on Doneski. That's his third. And they're going to say it was in the act of shooting. I think referee was probably being pretty generous with that, but certainly the Hawks will take it as Reef will go to the line to shoot a pair.
I'm a little curious about that, too. We'll take a look at it after this first shot. I thought perhaps they were going to call it on the floor as well. Well, let's see. Yeah, I think you're right. Officials might have been a little generous there, but not going to hear any complaints from the Chaska sideline.
Reef hits both free throws. It's a 15-point lead, 52-37 for the Hawks. 11:28 and counting to play in the game. Dvorak works into the lane, gets it off for Ross, as Ross then kicks it to the far wing. Again, good Chaska defense. Orioles just have to keep working it around the three-point arc, trying to find something to work with.
I'd try to get the ball inside if you're St. Louis Park, get that foul drawn.
Did get it inside to Peel, but his shot was influenced, if not partially blocked. Nicholson, long pass toward the far wing. Coleman works it back for Nicholson as it was tipped, and they're going to say it went off Nicholson last. 10:48 to go in the game. It's a 15-point lead for the Hawks at 52-37. Giovanelli inbounds to Dvorak. Six-team fouls for the Hawks, 3 for the Orioles. Ross spinning into the lane, and an offensive foul. Ross picks up his first foul. Hawks leading it by 15 at 52-37. Rafe driving inside, pass intercepted, and dropping it off. Dvorak as Daneski is fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
They may be down by 15 points, but that was a heck of a pass, as we're going to see on the. Well, that's the wrong one. Let's see if the computer will load the right replay here.
Foul is on Maddox Foss. That's his first. And now the Orioles officially in the bonus, as the first free throw is good for Daneski.
Take a look at this. Sort of no-look pass to set that up. And at least get St. Louis Park to the free throw line.
Second free throw is good, so the lead now 13. Well, St. Louis Park hasn't really been able to get it any closer than 12 or 13. They've been this close a handful of times, but the Hawks have been able to keep that lead between 12 and 17 points throughout the bulk of the latter part of the first half into the second half, as Nicholson able to look like he was going to get that bad pass back, and the ball is tied up. It'll stay with Chaska. .05 to go in the second half. Inbound comes into Nicholson. Nicholson trying to work his way into the lane. The lefty floater goes and one.
I just don't know if St. Louis Park really has anybody that can match up with Brady Nicholson when he gets inside like that.
Foul goes on Trevor Peel. That's his first. Nicholson will go to the line for his third three-point play opportunity. He hits the free throw. It's a 16-point lead, 55-39, 10 minutes left to play. It's Ross for Hartford. Anderson, who got off to that hot start, he's been quiet since then. Giovanelli, also haven't really heard much from him throughout the latter part of the first half into the second half. Orioles, as Anderson works it on the far wing. Again, a really good perimeter defense. The floater from the lane rolls off. Nicholson can't get the rebound. It'll go over to Chaska. The last one to touch it was Giovanelli.
Yeah, Chaska's just doing a great job defensively, and as you said, playing good perimeter defense and just really not giving St. Louis Park any room to operate. It's about impossible for the Orioles to get the ball inside.
And that's one thing I think that, is going to give a lot of teams fits, that if they can't get inside and just have to settle for threes and long-range jumpers, I just don't think that's going to bode well for a lot of teams heading down the stretch.
Yeah, I think if you're Chaska, you'll take forcing your opponents into being a jump shooting team, and that's
Nicholson for three. It's a 19-point lead, the biggest lead of the game for the Hawks, 58-39, as we're more than halfway through the second half. Giovanelli working the lane, gets it to go and one.
Boy, just when it feels like Chaska's going to pull away. As you and I have talked about, St. Louis Park finds a way back into it. Well, sort of back into it with an opportunity to the three-point play, but the Hawks just not quite been able to put away the Orioles yet. Orioles hanging around, but they still got a tall hill to climb.
Cameron Wall picks up his third foul as Giovanelli can't hit the free throw. Well, we talked about still a lot to be decided when it comes to the Metro West as Coleman drives in, kicks it to Wall for three, and he got it. 20-point lead for the Hawks. Orioles back in the front court with it. And a foul underneath. It'll go on Nicholson. Now these two teams will meet again in St. Louis Park on March 1st.
And you said it, this really is anyone's conference. I mean, Benilde St. Margaret's is in first place in the Metro West with a 6-2 record, but they overall have 5 losses on the season, so it's still most certainly anybody's ball game. Even Chaska could get back into the conference race. Took a peek at their schedule, and, well, the rest of their games are all played within the conference, so don't count them out quite yet to try to defend their conference title. 2-5 in the Metro West, first place Benilde at 6-2. St. Louis Park, by the way, with an identical 2-5 record as the Hawks.
There's still so much basketball left to be played. Hawks will work it back into the front court. Lyles in the near corner. Lyles again thinking about the three as he works it back for Coleman. Nicholson. Nice pass back to Nicholson. Thought about the long jumper. He'll force his way into the lane. A foul on the floor this time. Foul is on Evan Doneski. That'll be his fourth. I think at this point in the game, if you're the Orioles, you just kind of have to leave your best guys in and hope they don't knock themselves out of the game, trailing by 19 with this amount of time left. Nicholson over on the near side. Nicholson driving the baseline. The foul will go on Dvorak this time, and the Hawks will be in the bonus now, so Nicholson will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
Yeah, they just got to find a way to deny him the paint, obviously without fouling either, but they've run into some trouble trying to stop Brady Nicholson when he gets in that paint area and already finds himself back on the free throw line.
Nicholson hits the first.
By the way, that does put Chaska in the bonus now too.
Nicholson hits both. 63-42 with 7.5 minutes left to play. Dvorak works into the near corner for Anderson. Again, just nothing doing inside for the Orioles as Dvorak will try to drive. Contested layup off the mark. And it'll stay with the Orioles. I think I commented earlier that I think that was kind of more of what the Orioles needed to do, was kind of just get people moving through the lane, try to get a Chaska defender off of his assignment, and maybe you can get a guy to cut inside, but Orioles have not been able to make that work at all, as Nick Anderson for three, that's off the mark. Nicholson with the rebound. Under 7 minutes to play. Chaska up big, 63-42. It's Coleman in the paint, kicks it to Lyles in the corner for three. That's short.
Lyles finally missed from that corner.
Yeah, maybe the magic wore off. As Dvorak driving into the lane, the foul will go on the Hawks. And it'll go on Coleman.
It's not quite the old video game Basket Brawl, if you remember that from the 80s. Where one of the cheats on that game was where if you went into the corner, you would make it every time. But Thought that might be the case for Lyles.
Dvorak hits the first free throw. I know they, I won't name the popular cartoon that they did a little segment on that that was kind of an amusing. They also talked about the Bo Jackson Tecmo Bowl, that he was just so overpowered that you just could not stop Bo Jackson. We'll get a timeout here late.
Anybody who picked either Bo Jackson or the 49ers on Tecmo Bowl was just a terrible person.
6:36 to go in regulation. We'll take a timeout here on CHBN.
Good evening to all of you watching tonight. I'm Kristen Nicholson, realtor with Edina Realty and proud sponsor of Chaska Hawks basketball. I've had the privilege of living and working in this community for the past 20 years, as well as watching both of my boys, Cole and Brady, grow up as Chaska Hawks basketball players. Working in Chaska and the surrounding communities has given me the opportunity to open new doors for many new homeowners. Opening new doors just isn't about the process of buying and selling real estate. It's truly understanding the individual needs of each and every client and working to not only meet those expectations, but exceed them. From start to finish, I believe in providing a positive experience that puts you as the priority. I'm excited to announce the addition of the Arizona market to my portfolio of client services. I have partnered with the Ray Group and Berkshire Hathaway of North Scottsdale to bring you a smooth transition from one market to the next. Are you ready for that new view? Contact me today to start searching for your dream home in sunny Scottsdale. Thank you for supporting Chaska basketball. From my home to yours, enjoy the game.
Inside Chaska High School, the Hawks enjoying a 19-point lead with a little over 6.5 minutes left to play, 63-44. Still 6.5 minutes left to play, but maybe the Hawks and their faithful can breathe a little easier tonight with all the close games they've played this season. We'll get a foul on Brady Walsh. That'll be his third. And going to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 will be Dawson Reef. So Reef able to hit the first. And he hits the second as well, so the Hawks match their largest lead, 65-44, with 6:20 left to play in the game. Dvorak, bounce pass underneath. Walsh is fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two of his own. That'll be the first foul on Dawson Reef, 10th team foul, so the Orioles will be in the double bonus going forward. Along with Brett Johnson, I'm Patrick Lilia with you from Chaska High School tonight. Said at the intro, we get a peek behind the curtain, the guy who does everything. You don't usually hear his voice, but he gets to be on with us this evening.
Yeah, like we were talking, we were expecting a bigger booth tonight. Didn't pan out, so figure got the extra headset, help you out a little bit on the broadcast.
Always appreciated. Trying to drive this way in the lane. Good defense by Nicholson, is able to get the pass underneath and unable to finish with Giovanelli. Got a second chance at a putback, couldn't get that to go either. It's really good defense being played inside by the Hawks here in the second half in particular. It's how many sequences where the Orioles has had to keep working the ball around the perimeter. There was nothing inside. There was nothing. Couldn't even pull up and take a three if they wanted to. It's really good defense by the Hawks throughout the evening tonight. Bounce pass Lyles that slipped out of his hands, but a foul. Probably was the reason the ball slipped out of his hands, was because he was fouled. And that'll be 5 on Evan Doneski, so that'll be the end of the night for the St. Louis Park starter. Lyles will go to the line to shoot. Lyles hits the first end of the 1-and-1. 5:41 left in regulation. We said these two teams will meet one more time in St. Louis Park at the beginning of March. So that just illustrates there's a lot of basketball left to be played yet, Brad. That we still have more than a month between the next meeting between these two teams.
Yeah, regular season goes to early March, which is something I guess we haven't seen in a couple of years here in Minnesota with COVID cutting seasons short the past 2 years. But yeah, as we mentioned, Chaska still has a long way to go, and I still think they very easily could catch up in the conference championship race with the fact that there's really no dominant team in the Metro West.
Nice pass underneath, but unable to finish was Walsh. Those were kind of the plays that I think the Orioles needed to make more of, but there it just didn't work out as Walsh couldn't get the finish. I keep calling him Brady Olson. I don't know why, as the cross-court pass was tipped, but the Hawks able to maintain possession. 5 minutes left to play in the game. It's a 23-point lead for Chaska, 67-44. Ball will stay with the Hawks. Lob pass into Nicholson. It's Coleman on the drive with the ball knocked out. Anderson on the drive, couldn't get it over Nicholson. Able to get it back for Walsh, who was able to finish on the layup. And Brady Nicholson has been one reason why there's been so much trouble in the paint for the Orioles in this game. Have not been able to figure out how to get it over the 6'9" senior.
And then you add in the fact that he's got a couple of three-pointers on the night as well. He's been a tough force to stop for Chaska.
Bourne. And a foul will go on Giovanelli. That'll be his second. Now both teams with 10 fouls. Reeve will go to the line to shoot 2 with 4:03 left.
Well, the number I was talking about a few minutes ago, how no one in the Metro West has fewer than 5 overall losses. Also, no one in the Metro West has fewer than 3 wins overall. And in fact, the team with the fewest wins overall is, well, the very team we're seeing tonight, the Chaska Hawks, who I think are better than their 3-12 record, and they look like they're on the verge of winning their 4th game. So again, just to emphasize the point, conference has been wide open and very evenly contested.
Ross driving in the lane, couldn't get it to go. It'll stay with St. Louis Park. Well, each team, I think, it's only halfway through their conference schedule, so they'll still have to play each other one more time for the most part. Inbound on the near side, Ross is fouled underneath as he was battling with Reef. The Hawks still have another visit to Chanhassen. Likely some payback on their minds when they get over to Chanhassen High School. Of course, a game with the Benilde St. Margaret Red Knights. That'll be here. That'll be a big game with the currently conference leading Red Knights. Then you got more tough games at Orono. You have another trip to St. Louis Park, as we have talked about a couple of times. I think the theme, there's a lot of basketball left. Even though the Hawks, I think, maybe haven't had the regular season go the way that they hoped so far. As a foul will go on Brady Walsh.
If they get some momentum going here, that helps them into the section tournament where they face just a brutal section where you have so many tough teams like Shakopee, Eden Prairie. I believe Minnetonka's in that section, Bloomington Jefferson. There's really no easy matchups in Class 4A section, too. So the Hawks would like to get momentum here in the Metro West to carry them into that Section 2 tourney.
Second free throw off the mark for Coleman. 69-47 in favor of Chaska. That one going off the top of the backboard where the officials had blown it dead, so no basket. 69-47. Hawks maintain their 22-point lead as the inbound to Nicholson goes over his head. And the Orioles will come away with a steal and a ball that goes off of a Chaska player or St. Louis Park player foot, so we'll keep it with the Orioles. Inbound to Ross. He can't get it to go, and the rebound for Wall. Hawks work it back to the front court. Lyles gets it back for Nicholson. Coleman has to work it back out. Well, that's our next broadcast of Chaska boys basketball a week from tonight when they host Robbinsdale Cooper.
Yeah, you can pretty much make it a Friday night tradition to watch Chaska Hawks boys basketball. I believe after this one, they play the next 2 Friday nights here on CHBN.
Walsh will be able to play this one off the Hawks out of bounds as he bounces it off Coleman. 2:39 left to go in regulation. They have a Friday home game against Benilde St. Margaret's. Friday night home game to close the season against Waconia on March 6th. We've also got the girls here on CHBN Tuesdays and Friday nights as well, and we've got, I think, some Monday nights coming up as well, Brett.
Yeah, we got a Monday night game coming up for the Chaska girls. Well, this coming Monday, as in, well, will that be 3 days from now, as the Chaska girls basketball team has looked like they're certainly a contender to defend their state championship. Lost to Hopkins earlier this year, and, well, Hopkins is always a tough team. But yeah, Chaska will be here coming up on Monday as they'll be hosting Waconia. Hawks girls, though, do have a big game coming up tomorrow. They'll be playing Minnetonka over at St. Michael Albertville High School. I believe that's part of a tournament, but Minnetonka and Chaska are probably the 2 best teams, at least in girls basketball Class 4A Section 2. So that could perhaps be a section championship preview.
Absolutely. So certainly Monday night you'll want to tune in when the Hawks girls host Waconia here on CHBN. That'll be the next telecast overall here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Your home for all the boys and girls Chaska Hawks hoops action. Dvorak can't get it to go, gets his own rebound. Circus shot doesn't go either. And out of bounds over to the Hawks. 2:06 left. Hawks in control, 69-48. Timeout on the floor. Coverage tonight presented by Kristen Nicholson with Edina Realty. Brett, as we wind down toward the end of this game tonight, certainly, as we head into and mentioned earlier in the second half, a good breather for the Hawks after that close win over Orono and a lot of really close games this season, just to kind of take a team and just kind of keep them at bay the entire evening.
Yeah, they're doing something that, well, another team that wears purple and gold struggled to do with this past year, and that is put teams away. You and I were commenting here in the second half how it's important for Chaska to try to really pull away from St. Louis Park, and they've had success doing that, building up this 21-point lead. I mean, unless something really funny happens at the end of this game, the Hawks are going to win their 4th game of the season, but yeah, give them credit, especially defensively. I mean, I forgot how many points St. Louis Park had at halftime, but I don't think they've broken 20 points here in the second half.
Long pass all the way down court, is unable to keep it in his hands with Rafe to get the shot off.
Try a little Matt Stafford play for the oh gosh, I almost said the St. Louis Rams there, Patrick. The Los Angeles Rams.
Well, you do have St. Louis Park involved in
this
game.
Yeah, there you go. I guess I can take that, yeah.
Dvorak is fouled at the other end. Plus, it's conference championship weekend. Fortunately, no high school games on Sunday to get in the way of those games. Fourth foul on Coleman. Dvorak will shoot a pair. 1:58 left to go. We mentioned the Hawks will next be in action on Tuesday Monday night at Waconia.
Oh, they were going to try it again, too. That was great.
Yeah, I think the Orioles defended that one a little bit better that time, but they are able to get it into Nicholson, carries it into the front court. And hard contact with Walsh picking up the foul. And he knows his night is over as well. So now Walsh has fouled out, and Doneski has fouled out for the Orioles. He made no hesitation. He made that foul and he was off. Like that's pretty good awareness of how many fouls you actually have. Nobody had to tell him your night's over with. Wall hits the first free throw to put the Hawks back up by 20.
Yeah, he didn't do the old who me thing either.
No,
you sometimes see when players pick up their fifth or sixth foul, depending on the level.
Yeah,
what, me?
Yeah, didn't wait for his teammate to come check in as Ross gets the layup to finish, and well, he made that contact and immediately headed for the bench. We'll get a timeout with 1:41 left. It's an 18-point lead for the Hawks.
Good evening to all of you watching tonight. I'm Kristen Nicholson, Realtor with Edina Realty and proud sponsor of Chaska Hawks basketball. I've had the privilege of living and working in this community for the past 20 years, as well as watching both of my boys, Cole and Brady, grow up as Chaska Hawks basketball players. Working in Chaska and the surrounding communities has given me the opportunity to open new doors for many new homeowners. Opening new doors just isn't about the process of buying and selling real estate. It's truly understanding the individual needs of each and every client and working to not only meet those expectations, but exceed them. From start to finish, I believe in providing a positive experience that puts you as the priority. I'm excited to announce the addition of the Arizona market to my portfolio of client services. I have partnered with the Ray Group and Berkshire Hathaway of North Scottsdale to bring you a smooth transition from one market to the next. Are you ready for that new view? Contact me today to start searching for your dream home in sunny Scottsdale. Thank you for supporting Chaska basketball. From my home to yours, enjoy the game.
Off the inbound, and he's fouled underneath. It will go to the line to shoot a pair with 1:39 left. Foul was on Blake Anderson. That's his third. What if they're going to call that a clear path foul, as Nicholson standing at the free throw line all by himself. So he hits the first. And it's the second as well. As the Hawks will change all five on the floor, leading by 20 with 1:39 left.
And for the Orioles, number 3, Odins. Number 33, Steve.
We'll do our best to try to keep track of everyone who checked in for the Hawks.
Mason Tangen will inbound. Lob pass inside. They get it to Bourne. Hawks will just work it on the wing, down to 1:35 left. The Hawks student section erupts. Tangen back on the near side with it, and a foul. An offensive foul against Chaska. 1:22 left. 72-52, the Hawks leading it. It'll be the second foul on Trey Lenzen. Trying to hold on to it in the lane, then spinning, getting the short-range floater. Good, but is fouled is Salam Mohammed, and he'll go to the line. Or maybe not. They might just say the ball went out of bounds. 1:10 left to go. Spinning into the lane is Mohammed that time, and he is fouled for sure on that occasion. And he'll go to the line this time. 1:08 left in the game. 72-52, the Hawks leading it. Lenzen picks up his third foul. First free throw is off the mark. So, as I've said a couple of times, our next broadcast of Chaska Boys Hoops a week from tonight. They'll take on Robbinsdale Cooper. Girls play Monday night at home against Waconia here on CHBN. Second one off the mark as well. CHBN, your home for all the boys and girls hoops games. One minute left to play in the game with the Hawks up by 20 at 72-52. Tangen thought about the three as he spins along the baseline. His shot goes off the side of the backboard. Rebound for Camden DeLorme. And a foul, as we said, St. Louis Park, as we take a peek at their upcoming schedule. They'll host the Hawks again on March 1st. They were coming off a tough loss against Chanhassen, as Oden's at the line to shoot a pair for the Orioles. They'll take on Bloomington Jefferson at home Monday night against the Jaguars. Oden hits the second free throw.
It'll be fun going the other way here. I think the student section has a couple of players pointed out that they're going to erupt for if they get on the score sheet here.
Hawks continue to work the ball around the perimeter. It comes over on the near side for Jamison Boyle. Back to Boyle. Boyle works it now down into the near corner. Worked back around for Max Rain. Boyle back into the corner with it. Down to 12 seconds left. Fade away, rolls off. 5 seconds left in the game. He's working his way into the paint is Antonio Speed. His layup tipped away, and that'll do it. So the Hawks, with a much-needed, much more relaxed victory tonight, as they beat St. Louis Park by a final score of 72-53. Another massive night for Brady Nicholson. Really good defense from the Hawks as they choked off most opportunities for the Orioles tonight. So, Brett, I think as you and I have said more than once tonight, if Chaska can just put it together more often than not, as they did tonight, they're going to be a very dangerous team going down the stretch.
Yeah, now they've been playing some better basketball lately with wins this week over Orono and St. Louis Park, and it's still wide open in the Metro West. And who knows if you build some momentum heading into the Section 2 playoffs. I think Chaska's going in the right direction right now, and I think as you and I talked about, it was important for them to really put away an opponent and not allow them to get back in the game.
Absolutely. So Chaska wins it tonight by a final score of 72-53. Next game for the Hawks will be at Waconia Monday night. Our next broadcast of Chaska Boys Hoops will be a week from tonight when they host Robbinsdale Cooper next Friday evening. For Brett Johnson, I'm Patrick Lilia on behalf of all of us with CHBN. We will catch you next time from a